Why, hello everybody, it's GleeCon, and we're back diving into our continued exploration of every single quest possible in World of Warcraft. It's quite a daunting task. We've done it in Classic, more or less. We're just wrapping up the really hard endgame stuff there. And now we've turned our attention to mostly focus, while we're still filling in the small gaps once a week in Classic. We're now focusing on retail, and we're going patch by patch. So we're starting with the original quests from Classic that are still available in the game. Thank you for joining me. Stay a while and listen. Today we're going to do Dustwallow Marsh on a Alliance character. We have caught up a character, our Alliance Hunter. She is ready to go. She's close. She's in a Jara, so she's just a hop, skip, and a dragon flight away from Dustwallow. I don't think there's like a massive amount. My questing is going to be a little short today because my day got started a little longer, a little shorter. Oh man, that was lame. I wasted my dragonfly. So we're gonna fly straight down until we get to Dustwallow. When we fly, while we're flying, let's look at the actual quests from Wowhead on my sheet here. Okay. So Dustwallow Marsh. Duratar. Am I going to fly right above Orgrimmar and really create an international incident? My first time flying over Duratar with this character. So, gave me some XP there. Alright, let's look first. Dustwallow. Oh, I gotta remember there's Children's Week's quest. What's the Love is in the Air? I don't think there is any Love is in the Air if I go to look for this. There are no Love is in the Air quests for that still exists. That was completely redone. I like how you can see that sword from the game. Alright, so Dustwallow, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 quests still available in the game. And of those 9, none of them are neutral. They're all faction specific. 4 of them are Alliance. So we did all of the work that we did yesterday, getting a character to 15 for 4 characters. Alright, so let's look up the first one. It's called Feast of the Blue Recluse. Crap. It is a Stormwind quest. You've got to be kidding me. C'est la vie. Should we do it first or last since we're already here? I guess we're maybe doing it last. I don't know. How do you... If we go over here and we look at Storm... No, that's Ironforge. Yeah, why is Elwyn not... There we go. So, this guy, does it have any kind of requirements? I don't know. Becomes available after completing Stinky's escape. Okay, cool. So we can't do it yet. We gotta do Stinky's escape. Alright, so we need Mudrock, Soup, and Bugs first. Mudrock, Soup, and Bugs, and then the quest and Bugs, and then there will be a quest called Stinky's Escape. So we're going to do both. Alright, Mudrock, Soup, and Bugs is Morgenstern. Morgenstern, this does not have a breadcrumb anymore. It used to, I think, have some kind of breadcrumb. Alright. So we'll be going back to that after, yeah. I do kind of remember this one from Classic. It's tied to the fact that you do these things and then they're like, oh yeah, well, you know, you can... If you've done the whole quest line, you get this reward. Alright, this is picked up from a guy named Morgenstern. Mudrock, Soup, and Bugs. Gaining a little bit of XP for this. I like it. Listen to the new music. Cool. I'll do it. I like it. Cool. Nice music, man. Nice changes, wow. You got a
Good day to
you got
you.
a friend in me, guys. Alright, let's sell some of this trash that I have too. I'm not selling my Timberling. Couldn't sell that. That. No. Oh. Mystery meat I'm not going to hang on to. All these raptor eggs. We just killed so much crap in making this stuff. They don't want my pungent drift. Oh, I can transform into a sporling. Just it came from the bag. Oh wait, that one I actually do want. Okay. Can add in all this stuff. This was a single stringy wolf meat. You know what? I changed my mind. Don't care about it. Alright, cool. We repaired. Stupid macro off. That plan was... So yeah, we ended up actually bringing home the bacon by... Yeah, Morgenstern's in there. By going and hunting a bunch of elites everywhere. That actually got us through pretty fast because hunting an elite down and exploring as you went. And there's a trauma surgeon. We were just here for that on our other character. There he is.
Hey there.
Okay, Mudrock Soup and Bugs. I'm working on a dish I call Mudrock Soup and Bugs. I still need the major ingredients. Well, I don't think I'd last long enough trudging through Dustwallow Marsh. So, Greasingwary, can you do some hunting for me? First, I need the tongues of Mudrock turtles. You can find Mudrocks along the coast, mostly around the bay, but I don't just want any tongues. I hear that the tongues of some Mudrocks are forked. They say the forked tongues have distinct flavor, and I want that flavor in my dish. You are sick, my friend. Turtle tongue soup. If that is a real thing and you like it out there, keep it to your dang self. It sounds gross. It's kind of like there's this big thing lately where oxtail. Everyone likes oxtail right now. I'm sorry, y'all. Not the biggest oxtail lover. Don't particularly care one way or another about oxtail. I imagine if it was cooked up in a way, but that's the thing, like, a lot of these old school, like, these dishes were originally made. Ooh, as soon as I got a better gun, I now just got a dope gun. Oh, that thing's cool. It's fireworks. All of these dishes that were once upon a time created from the bowels of poverty are now, like, some kind of delicacy. I don't think oxtail is inherently better than other cuts of meat, and now it's expensive. So now it's like this bougie appropriation thing, like, let me go eat some oxtail. No, man. No, get something else. Freaking ribs or something, like, if that's what your jam is. And I might be wrong. I might be an idiot. Oxtail might just be so good. But same thing. I used to play spades with this family, and Grandma, man, she would always be kicking up some crazy stuff. Like, she'd have a whole pig's hoof. What is this? Happy Fun Sphere? Oh. Got ourselves a ring. Now we're starting to jam, now that we're level 15. So anyway, I'd watch her eat. And I'd be like, it just did not look appealing to me. Alright, so our turtles, excuse me, supposed to be our jam. Beastmaster, Hunter, Best Pets. Keep our eyes open now that I have 2 tigers. Alright, so Spirit, Akiri, Stonehound. Clefhoof, Corehound, Akiri. Yeah, Spirit Beast. That's for raiding. Yeah, Spirit Beast, Akiri, or Stonehound. Clefthoof also can make a case. So basically, it doesn't really matter right now. But as soon as I can hunt down some other types, I can look at that. Oh, so the drop rate's not great on this, by the way. If you noticed. Alright, so we're starting to get some good, this barbed shot with its passive focus generation. Pretty nice. The need to go underwater for these, not as much. I guess if I just stick to the shore, that'll be a little less annoying. Maybe it'll be a little faster. Let's try that way. Alright, so then we're building up. Fine. And so basically we get 3 passive, I mean, we can have up to 2 barb shot charges at once. And that allows us to just fire off an arcane shot when it's available. Okay. Alright. Hit him with a hunter's mark. Send that bad boy after it. And I don't know, like, what is... This is, I guess, what people mean about the game getting dumbed down, being easy. Right now, I would be telling myself, oh, it's still very early. I'm only level 15, so... And I would... Because otherwise, what are you going to do with your other levels? Is it all passives? I don't know. Alright, so drop rate doo-doo. Newsflash. Alright, can I... find a spot to hunt these? See, now they're starting to be Defias in the middle. And I don't know what that's, we got 5 out of 8.
It's too far.
I feel like I get tagged for it being too far. When I am, it is lit up like it is not too far. So, something's lying to me. Or it's just very inconveniently moving out of space. There's some little Defias goblins. I mean, they have been goblins employed by the Defias from the beginning. Up to 6 tongues. Bummer. So we are just cruising along. This was an old quest. So my apologies for not exploring the lore behind a lot of these as much. It's because we just spent the past couple years doing every classic quest over and over and over again. So these ones, I'm like, yeah, I did this. I remember this. But you used to be able to get, I guess if you want me to fill you in a little bit, there was a quest in Stormwind that used to be a breadcrumb out here called Morgan Stern, and it would send you out to find that guy. I think he is the uncle or the brother of a guy in Stormwind. There's also a second breadcrumb you could get that leads you to the same guy, and I want to say it starts in... What's the name of that keep in Blasted Lands? That one. Netherguard Keep. And if you went out here and did these quests, then they'll send you back to the Blue Recluse, which is a magey type of inn, and they'll celebrate. And the person in Stormwind that sends you works in that... I want to say he works in the Blue Recluse. He's a cook there.
Hello.
I want you to come learn more cooking techniques or talk to this guy about his. Did you get the forked tongues?
How are you?
This'll do. Fine. Thank you, Lee, said Wary. Now I'll try different cooking techniques on these tongues to find the best way to bring out their flavor. Eventually, I'll have a dish worthy of serving at the Blue Recluse in Stormwind.
What can I do for you?
See that he's alluding to it. And bugs. Another component of my new recipe is the shelled leg of a giant crab. And the crabs they have in Dustwallow, spiny rock crawlers, they call them, would be perfect. The shell of the crab leg is a key element of the dish's presentation, so I need pristine, unscarred legs. An adult crab might only have 1 or 2 such legs, and I need a lot in order to research my dish. Head on over to the rocks surrounding Theramore and get me those legs. Okay, Mudrock Soup and Bugs is completed. Let's get this guy off now that I have that. Let's add this. So we're going to go ahead and add column to the left. It is going to be Dustwallow Marsh. Tomorrow, Mudrock Soup and Bugs. Tomorrow we are going to start the process. We might start it today, actually, of leveling up our final Horde character. Well, not final, but the only one that's not level 10. Okay, and Bugs is his other one, if you look. And then we need Stinky's Escape, and then we're going to go back to Stormwind for the finale. So after this, we're going to find Stinky's Escape, which is an old school escort quest. Escort quests used to be a lot more annoying than they are now, and we are going to get to go experience that firsthand. Actually, I don't really need to fly here. These crabs are everywhere. In fact, one would argue that that makes this quest easier than the turtle quest. They're literally everywhere. Now, we are going to get to a point where we're... Actually, we don't even have rested XP right now, so that's great. Cool, so we're getting 108 per. And we need 7,000, so we're gonna get about 1,000 more XP for this. Plus we'll get a couple thousand for turning it in. So I don't know if by the end of this episode we will fully... I don't have any charges on Barb's shot. That's the downside of fighting them so close together. But these guys seem to have a 100% drop rate. So that's good, right? Yeah, we might get some XP from exploration as we go around the swamp a little bit more. And I don't know what our next passive is going to be. I think we just gained this one, so I think we're going to get our second exhilaration, which will take it from a 1.5 minutes cooldown to just a minute. So a boring one. Something that will maybe become useful in higher levels when I really want to be using exhilaration all the time. Or if I'm doing harder solo content, but as of right now, it's useless for what we're currently doing. Slightly upgraded cloak. Great. Need about 4 more to go. Yeah, this one, honestly, I much prefer this to the turtle one. Except we can't skin these guys. It said it added a mysterious shawl to my appearance collection. I didn't know I didn't have one. Oh, I was wearing one already. Oh, I was wearing a mysterious cloak. And I've changed it to a mysterious shawl. I don't know what the difference is. Also, it doesn't really look like a shawl. Alright, easy peasy. Just a couple quests for this guy. Now, again, Stinky's escape is somehow tied into all this. I do believe you need all 3 quests. So perhaps Stinky's escape... We're going to find out when we do it. Why does Stinky's escape matter? It is ... and bugs.
Good day to you.
My research with the Mudrock tongues is progressing nicely. I trust your crab hunt goes well.
You need
These are
something?
wonderful specimens, Gleesingwary. The shells are in perfect condition and the meat is pink and tender. The blood of a chef is in your veins, I'm sure of
See
it.
you around.
I think we got like double XP for that. Yeah, because... Oh, it's an extra 20%. No, that's just general. I don't know. But it really appeared like they just doubled that up. So for some reason, we're getting health regen. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, I guess I should have just... So another mysterious shawl. Same as what I just had. Great. Alright, so that was called ... and bugs. ... and bugs. Mudrock soup and bugs and bugs. And I guess, what is this, a joke that it's calling it and bugs? Okay, so now we need Stinky's escape. Starts with Stinky Morgan, and yeah, we turn it into that guy. Stinky Ignatz is found at the bottom of this little... by a raptor captor up there. So far this is good. Nothing has locked us out. Questing up here. And I don't think Stinky's escape is... Looks as though Stinky's escape is nothing. It's totally fine. No prereqs. Silly. Rescuing some guy named Stinky. Alright, so we're looking around for Stinky. There he is. You can see him right there. So let's clear the way a little bit. Stinky, we coming for you. We're gonna save you, buddy. Buddy. Oh yeah, we are leveling up. Now I'm sure of it. We're gonna get to level 16. Forgot to use my barbed shot. Okay. Alright, Stinky Ignatz.
Good day to you.
Gives us elixir of fortitude. Great, finally something that doesn't want to eat me. I need help handling the critters around here and you fit the mold, lady. The cook Morgan Stern is researching a new recipe and he sent me out here to gather bog bean leaves. I guess he thinks they're tasty. Anyway, while looking for a bog bean plant, I got myself surrounded. Can you help me out of here? Watch my back as I look for bog bean. Okay, let's get started. I will do that, Stinky. I will do it for you. You are just a Stinky. Stinky as a shoe. Thanks, Stinky. And it looks like the exact same 3 quests are available for Horde. There is Stinky's Escape. Okay, I lied. Stinky's Escape, though, is one of them. So we will have to help this guy as Horde. I guess he's open to assistance from both factions. Now, let's look for the herb. Oh, it's Thursday today, guys, and I am ready for the weekend. I don't know about you guys. I really am. Come here, Gator. Where'd he go? Oh, he went to go help that thing fight. I just felt like, you know, maybe that guy was gonna mess around. Nope, not here. Is it these things? Alright. Not there, he said. Yeah, I kind of remember this. He kind of meanders around. This is what I mean by these old, slower quests. Not a lot of people are out in Dustwallow questing the world anymore. Doesn't really happen. Wily Cat and Wily Kit. Whatchamacallit. Thundercats. There must be one around here somewhere. Ah, there's one. Come, Greasing Willy, let's go over there to collect it. Oh, this big old thing right here. Okay, now let's get out of here. That big tall thing. Alright, Stinky. Stinky Ignats. What is this thing? Serpent Beast? Noxious Flare? I think they probably have some kind of cool power. It's kind of cool to run around with my two cats, though. Not gonna lie. And they're, in addition... There we go. I can make it from here. Thanks, Greasy Murray. Talk to my employer about your reward. Will do, buddy. Yeah, oh yeah, because we're gonna get to do the blue Recluse thing, too. So between the two of those... Absolutely level up. Alright, so there's 3 real quests, and then there's a 4th one in Warcraft. I mean, in Stormwind.
How are you?
Mr. Ignatz was just here with the Bogby leaves, and he told me you helped him out of some real trouble. Thank you, Gleesingwary. I'll ask my uncle to treat you to a feast next time you visit the Blue Recluse in Stormwind.
Safe travel.
And that is why the lore makes sense. We are going to be treated. Yeah. Alright. 2nd natural mending. I remember that. Yes, yesterday. Alright, so we're gonna hearth back to Stonefire Tavern in Ironforge, and we just completed Stinky's Escape. Great. Stinky's Escape. Alright, now we need to travel over to... We need to travel to Stormwind. I think the tram is probably the fastest thing to do. I don't think I'm gonna make the other tram. I think I'm gonna miss it. Alright. She never completed this quest? Should she complete it for fun?
Hey!
No.
You have a great
Not right now. She can do that. If she's thirsting for XP later, she can work on it, but I don't want to miss the tram over it. Essentially, that's what we'll do. If we get to a part where we're like, okay, we are like level 14 and we need to just massively level up. That's what we should do, honestly. Take our characters through each of the other characters' zones. Now, Stranglethorn's not going to be an issue because you have to be level 10. We're already going to be there. I'm not worried about Stranglethorn. Like, we're going to take Gleekon. She's going to go right to Stranglethorn next time. When we get to Horde. So, we'll start the grind. I already am down to only having about an hour. Like I said, a little bit less time today. because I got a later start. Today was one of my late work days, and then I've been working with just having to do a lot of math with my son lately. So it takes a long time. We were doing fundamental theorem of algebra and Pascal's triangle and writing polynomials based on the number of roots that are complex or based on a given root or two, you know, and some parameters like real coefficients, leading variable of 1, leading coefficient of 1, blah blah blah. So some parts of it are become basic, but it's just time consuming when you're doing when you're multiplying out, even if you're using like the fundamental theorem of algebra to help you. Anyway, I guess it's probably boring boring talk for anyone that's not really for anyone, because if you're really into math, it's still pretty basic in the grand scheme of math. Alright, so we're going down to the Blue Recluse. What's this quest? Oh yeah, Feast of the Blue Recluse. But then from like anybody else, it's beyond, it's at the fringes of what any non-math person does, as it's, you know, higher level algebra. So people that don't like algebra are not going to appreciate this conversation, and people that do like math,
What are you looking for?
it's basic. So that's a catch 22. Like, it's trash. No, I'm gonna just keep the happy fun sphere, I guess. Alright. Where's the Blue Recluse? Oh, it was... Is this it? Yeah, right there. This is an easy one. It's not anything challenging. You just get to have a feast. Said he's gonna have a feast in your honor, and they're gonna make do with that right now. They're gonna make it real.
Hey there.
My nephew! Oh, and this is how you get the moist towelette, to remove a negative spell effect from the user. My nephew said you aided him with his research in Dustwallow, and that you helped his associate out of a tight spot. Well, we stir and stick together, and we don't ignore our friends. So wash your hands, Greasing Murray, because we're about to throw a party in your honor.
See you later.
Thank you. No XP for that. Oh, hail Greasing Murray, a hunter of worth. The Blue Recluse holds a feast in her honor. Let's hear it for Greasing Murray. Yay, yay. Rock scale cod. Sick. Snapvine watermelon. Wild hog shake. And that's it. You can just get a bunch of food, which all together will sell for a few silver. Sweet nectar. This is old school stuff, man. This is old school. Bunch of sweet nectar. Give me all that cod. But I think anyone can come during this time, once you start the feast. Yeah, so all I'm doing is I'm taking the entire feast for myself. Which, I don't know if that's what the game, how it was intended. Did they want you to take the entire feast for yourself? Do they want you to be able to do some RP and play with friends? I don't know. It's a good question. Second floor feasting? Uh-huh. Now, at this level, for somebody that is like a caster, such as a hunter, because it used to be mana, you would want these drinks. Like, I would be like, oh yeah, sweet nectar, that's going to get me through these level 30s that I'm at right now, or whatever. Alright, so that's it for the Alliance Dustwallow quests. Those 4 tied to Morgenstern are the only ones left. That one was called Feast at the Blue Recluse. And we are now going to switch over to prepping for the last hour. Prepping our Horde character, our final non-level 10, non-spec'd out Gleehoof. And we're going to do exactly what I was talking about before. So we're going to go, first and foremost, we did everything related to this. We're actually, what's our... Alright, so first we're going to go to this mailbox here. This Drifter of the Rift named Beef Trader. We're going to pick these leatherworking. We don't have anything special with that yet. We don't have mounts. We're only level 6. We don't have talents. It was never a factor. Okay, but we are going to go over to Dustwallow Marsh. I mean, not Dustwallow. That's eventually where we're going to go. We're going to do the... As we work our way up to level 15, we're going to work our way through some of the areas. So we're going to go to...
How may I
first to Orgrimmar. Okay, then from Orgrimmar, we're going to go down into Durotar, and we're going to do Winds in the Desert in a follow-up, and then that will take us into Northern Barrens, where we will do as many of the Northern Barrens quests as we can. We're still leveling up as we do that. We're going to go up into Ashenvale. We had a few quests we could do there. If we're still leveling up after we do that, we're going to head over into Deathless. We're going to work on that. So those are all zones with quests. And questing is the #1 way, especially once we hit 10. And since we are not we can't collect ore or anything like that. Yeah, eligible for a daily bonus, I see. Experience gains 20%. Level 10 through 80 is level 90 the cap now. Is that what's happening? I don't know. So anyway, this is our life. We're very close to level 7, it appears. And we have not used this character, obviously, in a long time. Okay, so tomorrow, I think with the plan I just laid out of questing all through those areas, we should do this and finish Dustwallow tomorrow. Which that will then open up Stranglethorn Vale, which is... That'll have us at 62.5%. 5/8 of the way through. Approximately. It's not 62.5%, it's approximate. Once we finish Stranglethorn. Now this quest, it looks like we have the Theramore Docks. This begins with Theramore Spies. So we do have Theramore Spies as a quest. This may or may not be tied to a breadcrumb. So it's picked up in the main little town over there. Fine. Theramore Docks. Theramore Spies. Dreadmire. That is picked up from Thunder Bluff. So before we head over to this, I don't see any required anything. I think this is the first of the main hunting ones. So before we head to Dustwallow, when we're ready to go, we need to go to Thunder Bluff. So we'll hearth to pick up Dreadmire. Stinky's Escape, we know where that one is at. And then Army of the Black Dragon. How's that one? That also is picked up there. It's possibly... So there are 3 of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quests that are possibly locked behind other crap that we can't help. I hope they're not. I suspect that they won't be, but there is a small chance that they are. But our main goal is leveling up 9 levels before we can even do those quests. Have we been to Orgrimmar in this character? I don't know. It looks like we have. I think it's because this is the character... Maybe we took this character out for the New Year's thing, trying to do New Year's Eve. I don't know. Okay. Can we die from falling? Probably. Oh no. Ow. I didn't die. I didn't die. Water healing. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I guess, yeah. We'll try enhancement out, see how it goes. Because I'm technically thinking of myself more as a resto shaman. On... Now that's a tough one too, because I already have a resto shaman on Horde, so I definitely don't want to be resto. That means when we make our next shaman, and that is Horde, and that's Alliance, I probably want... I love Vulpera's. A Vulpera Assassination Rogue, that's great. I love those little guys. It used to be much more rare. I don't know how easy I think it's a lot easier to unlock these guys. But when I used to play all the time, it was a little rare. Alright, we're walking down here. Not very far. Okay, so we haven't been out in front of here, I guess. Just gained 110 XP. We only need 260. So, this is a wild, mature shrine. So let's go ahead and fight. Oh man, so doesn't that seem nerfed to you guys? Oh, what's the deal there? Okay, we got a mysterious satchel. And we're scrapping up some leather. Alright, most important thing, we gained the fortuitous satchel. I cannot complain about getting these big old bags. Such a, like, a game changer. Oh, that's what's happening. I also gained a one-handed mace. I don't even know what it is, but I know it's a lot better than what we have. Great. I gained a mohawk. A Night Elf mohawk. Let's put it on myself. What did that even do? Nothing. Cool. I don't know why I even have that. That's the wisdom. Alright, so now I have 2 hours of extra XP. Cool. Ah, man, I should have done that. Yeah, see, why did that... Is that the... I don't know. I don't know what the dealie... I don't know what the dilly is here. Okay, yeah, hit him with a couple of those. Then it's on the main end. Now this should get us to level 7. Missed nothing. So I gained nothing for level 7. Son of a biscuit. Really? That sucks. So I became level 7 and I gained not a hot darn thing for it. That makes me very sad. Why? Why would they do that to me? Why? My god. 88. Still getting rested XP. I'm just killing as I go because I need. Because we need guys. Alright, we need 5,300. Here's Reslak. He will give us 2 quests. These are the only 2 we can do in Duratar as from the original days.
Have a good one. Time
We're gonna do
is
both
money,
at
friend.
once. Ted Nug. Ted Nugent is what that's short for, and his pet, Scratch Fever. I myself have named myself and my pet after, like, a famous person in the song before. Very fun. I cannot believe that you don't get any. That's crazy. Like, there's such little going on in the first 10 levels. First 9 levels. I can't even give you it. I don't get it. Okay, we need 12 of these little bozo girls. Cool. Yeah, I do think it's weird that you're automatically drinking these potions, but it's not. I guess it's not that weird. I'll take those faster killings. So that's kind of the trade-off. They definitely, I think, nerfed people, but then they also give you these constant influx of potions and stuff. So, I don't know. It does, on the whole, feel like you've been a little bit nerfed. Like I said, maybe they felt like that's what the game needed. I don't know. I'm not a dev. I don't understand the thinking process behind a lot of what goes on. I saw a post where somebody was talking about, like, you know, people offer feedback.
We shall depart for the Dragon Isles shortly.
Clearly there are, you know, people that test, people that do beta, there's a lot of feedback given, blah, blah, blah. And then, despite all that, wildly unpopular decisions will be made. Okay, that all of that we know is fact. So this thread was really debating whether or not the betas and alphas matter, whether they are really just like a marketing cash grab, or whether the playtesting is actually used and taken seriously. The comments of the playtesters are taken seriously. I would have to imagine, I mean, it's free quality assurance, so I would have to imagine they're going to take some of their... You're doing the work of grunt. You're doing grunt work for free. You're doing intern work for free. You know, for the privilege of playing the game early. So, I would have to imagine they would use that. Why wouldn't you? Other than the fact that the quality of the quality assurance is probably a little down because you're getting it from you have a greater likelihood of getting it from people that don't have any vested interest other than, like, you don't know what their interest is. They might have a particular gaming agenda they're trying to push, the way they want to see the game, just like what people are arguing. That's the other side of the coin. So one side is people arguing it doesn't matter. There's no real beta. It's not really used for that. I think that's a little bit too cynical. I think it would just be silly. Now, like I said, there are these other lurking variables where the quality of the quality assurance might be lower than in-house quality assurance. There's no messaging, like there's no... You can't make people... You can't fire them or whatever, like... The worst you can do is just not listen to their advice, and you're not seeing, as a playtester or just as a player, you're not seeing the overall data that's pouring in from the thousands of hours of quality assurance that's going on from the devs. And, you know, they are also spending tons of time. Although I would have to imagine at the highest levels, they're not running around like this. They might do it a little bit, but... You know, you just don't have that much time in the day. Look, we play this game, and, you know, if you have an 8-hour workday, even if you're working 12 hours a day, I'm sure at certain peak times, I'm sure they're working 10 to 12 hours a day, and you might get paid overtime. I mean, that's notorious that the gaming industry is there. But the other side of that Reddit post is that the people are saying, no, at the end of the day, they don't care that there are particular play styles that the devs, each of these devs themselves like I was just saying, it's that any potential player might like, and that ultimately they're going to push the game in that direction regardless. And it's why it always seems like certain specs get more love than others, certain ways of playing the game get rewarded more than others. So, like, for instance, if I played this, I would be all focused on the questing experience.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm not going to read these quests because we've already done them.
Be good.
Alright, cool. So we did shoot up pretty high. Excuse me, my bad about that. Alright, we're going to now walk over here. Start doing, as we've done multiple times, we're going to work on the Baron's quests, and that's what we're going to do with the last half hour, 45 minutes of our day today. But, like, yeah, like, so I would be terrible for the general public in this game, because I don't care about a lot of stuff. I don't care about PvP, not one jot. I don't care that much about the end game cycle and constantly giving people a carrot on the stick at end game. I don't care about that. Not really. What do I care about? You know, I care about, like everybody, I want the class to feel good when you play it. Okay, so there's that. So I think I would devote a lot of energy into that. To rotations, I want that to feel good, because it doesn't matter. Other than some little tweaks here and there, whether you're playing PvP, whether you're playing Mythics, whether you're playing whatever, you're using very similar rotations. And those can feel better or worse or whatever, so I think you want the game to feel good when you play it. That's not going to change. But yeah, do I care about those? Because to me, playing the game and experiencing the lore, that is enough of a draw all by itself. So that's what I would focus on. I would focus on the writing. I'd focus on writing good quests, good stories, overarching missions, developing old characters, like what a lot of people actually want. And it might just be that stuff is hard, man. It might really truly just be that. Like, I never went to writing school. I don't know that I could do it better than them. I would imagine. I did hear somebody say, and I think this was an employee of Blizzard, said they feel like the IP for World of Warcraft is being sat on, and that it has such a greater potential than what it is being used, and that they want to change that. So, the pessimistic, cynical side of me reads that as to say, great, we're going to have more World of Warcraft mobile games. We're going to have more, you know, whatever, just extra dumb fluff, not tied to the game, that now if I want to be a true lore master, I've got to go read that. And I'm bummed about that, because I don't care about that. I don't want to play freaking Clash of Clans World of Warcraft style. I mean, they already have some IP stuff, like I just got, my son just got for Christmas a board game which we already have, but it's, if you haven't played it, it's pretty fun. It's called Small World, but there's a World of Warcraft version of Small World. Pretty fun. It does not introduce anything to the lore. There's no need for us to go over it. It's just a World of Warcraft skin on Small World. Okay, stuff like that, I'm totally fine with. So don't make me as a lore master have to do anything. All you're doing is taking the fun flavor that is World of Warcraft, and you are putting that skin, or like the Fantasy Flight board game that I have, that is World of Warcraft, the board game. Very awesome, fun game. It's not adding anything to the lore, but a very fun adaptation of the game. So that kind of stuff I'm fine with. What I would hope that it would mean is add more books, manga, novels, movies, shows, action figures. I mean, they already had some of those, but that kind of stuff. Now that I'm pro. You want to add more for me to consume from a lore perspective, I'm all about that. But what I'm afraid it means is like, yeah, let's make Clash of Clans, let's make World of Warcraft mobile, let's make Android. And that just is like, oh man. Because there might be a quest or two in there that I have to now look at, and I don't really care about it, and I definitely don't want to... I definitely don't want gacha experiences added into the game. Crap like that, so... we will see what the future holds for this franchise. And it really is hard to say, you know? There are like Call of Duty mobile style games. I mean, they already have mobile with Hearthstone. They already have that, and luckily it doesn't really add. It's technically not Warcraft. All right, we just hit 8, which just gave us reincarnation. Oh, it's a passive. How freaking... I mean, reincarnation is great. Don't get me wrong, but how boring. So you can resurrect yourself upon death once every half an hour. Now that I'm level 8. But I'm now doing the same. This is boring. Actually, kind of pisses me off. If you know reincarnation is coming up, why give you a no level before that? Kind of pissy. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. It makes me kind of pissy. Okay, 7,000. We are level 8. 7,000. Like, you're not going to give me lightning shield. Nothing. Alright, so we're going to work our way over to this tower. We're going to look for Skippy Hop Happy. Just keep fighting our way as we go. Keep on skinning. Because, why not? And I know Burning Crusade Anniversary is out now. That's cool. I like it. I like the idea of it. I'm just not going to chase it. You know, like, somebody said, oh, you really got to do that. Do I? Because the quests don't change. If there are quests that exist in it right now, that's something we could consider and explore. But again, we'd be chasing it. We would have a finite amount of time. We would have until they do... Cataclysm Anniversary, which, what's that going to take, a year, 2 years? Because you can get Wrath of the Lich King Anniversary. This one will last a year, so you know you're looking at maybe 2 years from now. So then we look, and it took us 2 years to play this game. So if I started right now, we could maybe have enough. Am I too low level? Guy not there? Do you have to be... I don't think you have to be level 10 for these. I'm sure Baron's quests can do this early. Somebody else on it right now? That must be what it is. Somebody must be on this quest. Let's go walk around and see. That has to be what it is. You kind of walk right over here, and then it's like boing, or they must have recently did it and he's respawning. That's okay. We just kill mobs right around here till he respawns. I mean, I'd prefer to kill mobs that are worth. I would prefer to kill mobs that we can skin. So let's go over here. So yeah, I don't know. If they ever decide to make a dedicated Burning Crusade, but then that again, that becomes vanity project material. They want to do that? Cool. I'll do it for sure. I'll go back and do it. Yeah, when you level up, it's like it upgrades some of this stuff. So we got some pants this time. Good. Let's upgrade over our pants. Mysterious Greaves. And we're just keeping our eyes open for this other dude. That guy. Taskmaster Fizul. I think he's for the... He used to be for the Thief Quest. I don't know. I think he's probably tied to a quest still now. He looks like a Dark Iron Dwarf. Yeah, these are the old... That's the old Thief Quests. So the mobs are still there. I wonder if there's still some kind of quest you could do. Some version of it. I wonder. $5,300. Alright, let's go see if he's respawned. In the meantime, I'm fine doing what we're doing, and we're gonna just hunt down and chase down all the things. Huh. Am I on the wrong side of the lake? I don't think so. But maybe I am. I mean, I very well could be. I don't think so, though. Do you have to be a certain... That's the only thing I can think of is... Or did I already do this quest? No, I didn't do it with him. I haven't been there. What is it called? Ignition or something? Let's look it up. Yeah, Ignition. Not classic retail. It's right there at the top. Yeah, you just have to be level 5. It must have been that somebody did it. One of the most annoying quests in the game. No. Oh, it does have a respawn timer. Yeah. What's the respawn timer? Oh, 7 to 8 minutes. That's not bad. Okay. I mean, look at that though. That's my classic. That's my past couple years of classic coming out, where someone I read 7 to 8 minutes. I'm like, oh, 7 to 8 minutes, light work. Hold my beer. I don't care about that. But that means by 9, there he is. He's right there. That means by 9:40 he should be there, but actually he's there right now. Alright, off to the ignition key. And this is going to help us. This is going to get us like 50% of the way to level 9. Like 50 more percent. We're already a quarter of the way there. I'm pretty solid. That's the only thing I guess I can really think of. You've given me a character that has good ranged magic, healing, and is pretty dang tough. So, yeah, what can you really do other than that? And you get a shield. Okay. That's what I gotta do. I gotta maximize the amount of time to cast that lightning. Oh, and when I hit that little thunder on there. Okay, all rested XP is worn off, fortunately. Boom, got him. I don't know what these muddy tracks are tied to. How much damage does that do? 61. I don't know if it's better to hammer him with this. 9 versus 62. Alright, got the key. We got lucky last time we did this too. There was a couple rares. Alright, so got our first turn in, and now we can do the escort.
Talk to me. Time is money, friend.
Yuck. What's this guy's name? Definitely not a cultist. Everybody's getting that right now. Go for it, brah. He's got that flying Hearthstone steed. Okay. I'm actually level appropriate. I don't even feel bad. I'm level 8 doing this quest. That guy's level 20. As he hovers above me on his flying steed. I don't even have that option. Don't you be taking none of my XP, bro. Alright, cool. We're down to needing 3,300. Alright, got one. I mean, what even is this thing? I really, honestly, I guess the lightning bolting their face is probably better. And then I guess what? We just kite them with Earthbind Totem. That's probably better. Right? I'm gonna try experimenting with some of that. Alright. So now we have to go back to that guy. Alright, so... Yeah, that's probably faster. Until they give me a reason for that to be better. I did not know you could just throw your totems down far away now. That's another thing I gotta get used to. Yeah, so I think we can continue questing our way through Northern Barrens, and I think we can get done with it. Probably, I think we can get there tomorrow. I don't know. Probably. It's going to be close. And then that means Saturday, which is this weekend, we're going to be starting Northern Strangle. So we're going to do Alliance first on that. And so that's just going to be... There's nothing that's going to hold us up. We're just going to start up, go ahead, run it. Nothing special. And so that'll probably just take us one episode. And then when we go to Horde, we're going to take Gleek and Tessa. And we are going to start... She is going to start with the... Bloodsail Buccaneers thing. I don't know, though. I'm a little bit worried. Like, if she goes in there, will they be, like, level 30? And if that's the case, then we're kind of cooked and we got to run around and just do questing. I think she did some quests out here, so we might have to fly around and do some quests.
Yeah, yeah.
I really don't remember.
I seen you around here before.
Yeah, yeah.
Keep it real.
Not as good as what we had. Alright, cool. So we're down to 700 XP. To get to level 9. Yeah, yeah. Alright, so the next quest that we want to pick up is the Harpy Raiders. That's right there. So we're going to make our way down over here. Fortunately, we're going to walk our behinds over there. Kill as we go. Explore as we go. Things will get better once we are level 10. We'll get some points for exploration. Yeah, we're just so slow. We've got no movement abilities. All we have is an Earthbind totem. It's just really a lame thing. Like, do they feel like early level shaman were just too powerful? We go to... I mean, we got reincarnation. What else did we get? Nothing. I didn't see you, bro. Yeah, I think it's faster to use lightning bolt. I feel like I'm taking more damage when I do it, but you can get a few. Now this is different. Okay, so let's say we go like this, and now if I come through and I put that little slowing totem there, that's really... Oh, but then there's 22 seconds. So what you should really be doing, I guess, is setting one of those down, and then you could pull a few kills as you go. That's a smarter thing, I guess. So let's say, like... Okay, so I see, like, 4 potential kills here, right? So... if I go ahead and start working this... He didn't even get... He didn't even get aggroed correctly because he sucks. Well, I did this very badly. And now that's already down. Okay. I'm bad at this game. Okay, never mind. I did not do that well. Jeez, okay, we're getting into the... Look, now the Korkron guys are not a billion levels high. that. Okay. I mean, I could do the Kodos too. Got a pull through. Nice. Some potion pepper. Bop-a-doo boo boo boo. Come on. Alright. A couple more kills. I don't know what to do. Like, do we hit him with that one first? Maybe we do. Okay, this should be our last kill. So what if I hit him with that first? I know eventually they will, like... There we go. Finally! Gain lightning shield. Thank goodness. 1 hour. I like this one, so it doesn't have charges anymore. That just does damage. It's just a buff. My totems are going to go down here. That one might... So that's just a nice passive buff. I love. It's actually good for enhancement. And it means that me casting that is a little more sustainable. Alright, so... Can we, in 15 minutes-ish, can we get the last level? Do we get Ghost Wolf? Is that a thing anymore? I'm going to get Harpy Raiders. Don't you even dare make me think about doing anything to those giraffes. I'm not even gonna do... We're not even gonna talk about those giraffes an ounce. Yeah, it feels like those... It's not even close to the... Oh yeah, see, I can't just keep fighting these. This is... I'm getting too caught up in this. It's nice for the skinning and all, but it's not... I need to stick and move. Because I gotta get down to Harpy Raiders. If I get too fixated on... You know, we fight one, we don't... Let me try killing one of these vultures. Oh, you cannot skin them. Alright, 8,500. And then, that's still, if we will only be... See, I feel like that's... I need to hit the other thing first. Skinning is at 62. Yeah, I gotta keep that fire shock up. Gotta light hide. Okay, you know what? I do think it's better if I hit the first one at the same time as I get the other. Another Mohawk grenade. Hoofball is a level 80 human, just floating in space looking at his map. On his little... On his little, monk cloud. Okay, Harpy Raiders. It'll be close. get to level 10. There's a harpy. It's gonna be close. Come on. Level 9, baby. Level 9. Serena Bloodfeather is gonna be really pissed at me. REI, reinforced 1. Who cares? Different. Burning Blades. Okay. Yeah, it just costs you like a second. Right. Are we getting closer and closer? These dumb burning blades. Okay. Been a patriarch. I mean, we could also look for rares. That's a thing. We obviously showed on the last episode. Rares are where it's at, maybe. But finding those rares is definitely not before you hit level 10. It's not worth it. Because you'd have to walk on foot. You can't just fly around the world being cool. But 55 XP a pop with nothing else, that's lame. Yeah, we need 8,000. Do it in around 10 minutes? It's gonna be sketch. I don't think we can. I was hoping we could, but we gained 3 levels. A little bit of a short so far it's been about 50 minutes, 45 minutes. Not too bad if you think about it. So, what do we want our big shaman, enhancement shaman with some kind of flying magic Kodo? We gained some XP from the dry hills. We need to get... Oh. Look how tiny that little harpy is. Why? Are they really that small, or am I that big? Because I'm a Tauren. Don't they look tiny? Oh, look at these bags. I don't even have them open. Ooh, we got ourselves a ring. I didn't even notice that. Come on, Harpy. Harpy guy. Guy in charge of harpies. So we're out here in Harpy Town. I came from like the wrong direction. Alright, so we came 7,600. Maybe by completing these 3 quests, wham, bam, bam, we could maybe finish them in about 10 minutes. And that might get us there. Because these are 3 quests in a row. This is going to be Harpy Raiders, Harpy Lieutenants, Serena Bloodfeather. So 3 quests. It's going to be close. There's Hershey Cutie in the Bill Murray fan club. They are called a youngling. I don't even know what that means. What even is that? And then you also have Chi.
Mukra.
Harpy Lieutenants, Harpy Raiders.
For the horde.
Alright, so we're going after these harpies now. Not counting for XP for killing, turning in these 2 quests and not counting Serena. This will get us halfway through the level. 100. Plus you're going to get some XP for killing them. Don't have a good rotation going. Another part of it. Cool. Alright, so far 2 for 6. 2 for 2. Alright, and that's giving us, like I said, 55 each, so it's, you know, getting an extra 165. 220. All right, so you know, sometimes I'll start to go through like a kind of a just mental space out. I try not to do it. I try to keep myself talking to entertain the crowds because it's not fun to just watch me play silently. So I'll let myself do my verbal diarrhea or whatever. Okay, cool. But I do sometimes, every now and then, like, I'll slip into a path where I start thinking about whatever, something that happened in my day at work, and what I was thinking about just now. Sometimes I'll bring that in and talk about it, but I'm not, you know, I think and I might bounce back, you know, but my job kind of broke me, this year. You know, I talked about it the past couple years. I've been at the same spot 10 years. I've been in the same role, more or less. Same title, just different. My job has changed. The work that they have put underneath my title has changed. But I've been at the same title with the same power structure level and same pay scale for 5 years now. And that's whatever. Plenty of people do that. The previous role that I had before I, you know, got a promotion and moved out of it, and one of the main reasons why I was ready to move on was because I felt that there's kind of a stagnation that occurs after, you know, for me, I was like, I've been doing the same exact thing for 5 years. So I felt that there was a stagnation, that at that point, there's a Sister Rathtown. She's a rare, and she will give us a crap ton of XP.
I'm out of.
I just felt like I needed to, rather than just incrementally improving my craft over the next 25 years or whatever, that I needed to change it up. I needed to stretch myself, and that was just me, and I don't, like, there's nothing wrong with people that do, that are totally happy with iterating their task, growing incrementally, perfecting and honing. But it just wasn't, for me. I felt like there were bigger, better ways. There you go. So now we're going to go after Serena, plus we're going to kill this lady. And I did take it to the next level, but I've been... Of those 5 years, I wasn't actively trying to move up the entire time. It wasn't until, really, the last year when I decided to try to do it, and did. So, it was a whole different experience, whereas now... Really, for the past, like, 3 years, I've been working on this, and I understood it was going to take some time, but... Which is why those first couple years, but for the past 3 years, I've really been actively seeking... 990, that's good. And we got a bandit cloak. didn't even have a cloak before this moment. Great, good on us. So anyway, I'm at the same kind of area now where I'm doing the same thing for 5 years. I've been growing, but now I think there's a little bit more room. I'm not quite as burnt out as I was before in terms of like the incrementalism. I still think there's areas I could grow and get a lot better. But meantime, I don't know if you've heard this lately, but the government sucks butt. There's no respect in the profession anymore. You're attacked from without and within. Can't make anybody happy. It's demonized in the media. It's demonized by the people above, below. The people that you supervise hate you. The people that supervise you act like they hate you. The money sucks. The job security is now non-existent. It's just a crap show. And it really is soul-sucking. And you stay in it because there's a belief that someone needs to do it. I do firmly believe that the only way to combat the selfish interests of most people in society, because we're all inherently selfish, is government. I do really truly believe that. I think there's tons of areas in which it's inefficient and it sucks. And I can rail against it myself. There are things that I have to do that are just ridiculous. And right now it's especially terrible for those of us that still work within the system because they fired everybody. And the pieces that exist, unless it's like a military contract or whatever, the federal government is actively trying to tear everything else down because less oversight is good for big business. It's good for capitalism, not for all of us participating in capitalism. But it's good for corporations, you know, and it's just, but it's terrible for people. Income disparity is the worst that it's ever been in this country. Now, I'm not saying, believe me, I'm not naive. I realize we still have it. I was talking to someone today from Belarus, and he's only lived in the country, he's at my job. He's only lived in the country for a few, I don't know, maybe 6 months. And he's a very unique dude. I really like a lot, like to pick his brain a lot. He's like a genius, but he's like kind of autistic, so he's really single-mindedly focused. So I've kind of taken a shining to him, and, you know, like today he told me, he's like, you are like the only person that I think of as a friend. And I don't even know that I would consider this guy a friend. I think he's cool. He's a coworker. I really enjoy him. Sure, I could call him a friend, but, like, we don't text each other or anything like that. Alright, we get a second. Okay, I don't think we need report to Thor here. I don't think that was one of our quests. No, so that one goes off. But we did get a second little weak ring. We're so close. 652 XP. Alright, what was the next one? We'll at least walk down to the next one, which is Coal Car Leaders. We'll walk over there. We'll get a little bit of exploration. And on the way, I won't actually do Coal Car Leaders. But anyway, he told me, because, you know, a lot of times I ask him, and he's opened up more and more as we went along. I'm like, why'd you come over here? Like, what's the point? And, you know, what's better? What's worse? Because a lot of times he'll say that he misses it, and he thinks about moving back. And, you know, or that, like, if he does, you know, if because he's on here, he's new to the country, he's on a temporary visa. And he's not a criminal, nothing like that. He's over here living with family members, and some of his family fled here because I guess there was some big riots. There was an illegitimate election in Belarus, widely seen by the populace as a stolen election, an illegitimate election. People hated it. Thousands protested. Maybe more than thousands. I don't know. I haven't researched it a lot. I'm just basing it off of what this guy told me. Anyway, somebody in his family was in the military, and allegedly, according to their side of the story, were not part of the protests or anything. Were part of the military. but maybe they were on the wrong side, or they didn't do what they were told. I don't know how this happened, but it ended up sending... that guy got sent to prison, and when he got out, he served his time, and when he got out, there's like a stigma. He felt like he had a stigma now surrounding him in Belarus. Got a new shield, nice. So they basically wanted a new life, wanted to escape, and you know they kind of came as a sort of team, you know, a faction. How many do we need here? We need 228 XP, so that's like five or so guys. Kolkar leaders is picked up right there, so we're not going to pick it up. We're going to just kill 5 or so guys. Anyway, so I'm talking to him, and he's kind of opened up to me about different parts of it, and so today we're talking, and I'm just kind of saying, and I always take what he says with a grain of salt, because a lot of the things he'll talk about what he likes or what he hates, but like I said, he's kind of autistic. He's a really odd duck. He's not social, so like he doesn't understand. He's younger than me too. He doesn't understand why I would have kids when traveling. When basically kids in a family will tie you down and restrict your options, and like he genuinely can't understand why anybody would do that to themselves when it makes life so much harder and it reduces what you can do. And it's hard for me to explain to him, to someone that truly just doesn't get it, why a human being would want to to have kids and have a wife. Like, why would you want that? So it's kind of neat. But before we get into talking about leveling up here, my favorite thing he said to me today was, he said, you know, it's really funny. He said, everyone in Belarus, how did he say it? He said, since I've been here, I've noticed that compared to my country, everybody in this country is rich, but everyone is unhappy. And in Belarus, everyone is poor, but everyone's happy. So, I know it's an oversimplification and it's coming through this guy's lens, but I thought it was, as a general, we are a wealthy country, and yet there is so much unrest. And there are places with much more poverty that find a way to find some appreciation despite it all. And I think that nugget inside there can be true, with it also being a gross oversimplification. Absolutely, there is sorrow in Belarus and other countries, and there is absolutely poverty comparative in the United States. All right, everyone. So what do we get? Well, we got the Great Ghost Wolf. So this is a nice movement speed increase. It turns into Ghost Wolf. It instant, no longer does it have a cast. I love that. Gives me a 30% speed buff, but better than that, it prevents movement speed from being reduced. So you can't be slowed is the better part of it in it. So it looks cool. It's a decent movement speed thing. It doesn't say it can only be used outside, and even the best of all, it now makes it to where you can't be slowed. Let's go ahead and add a mount in here. I want some kind of big beastie Kodo mount, you know, for our Kodo guy. That's kind of cool. Doing the big auspicious arbor worm. That's a big one. I don't want that one. It's not. That thing's cool. I really like that one, but I'm not going to use it on him. I already have the Moon Beast. I'm using that on the other one. They're just kind of a weird... You got to be really careful about what you ride, because a lot of things look weird for Tauren. Do the kite. No, I'm not riding a fly. What?
Hail. Be careful.
I didn't realize that this was not a safe spot. Okay, back to what I was looking at. I don't want that. I don't like the idea of him riding around. I mean, that's cool, but no. See, that's what the homeboy was just riding on. Honeybee. I mean, it's funny. I mean, he could just turn into one of those, right? Yeah. I mean, the Dreamweaver, that's a cool one too, but that's more druidy. I'm gonna say in-game shop, but I feel like I did not buy I did not buy these. I must have gotten them some kind of like, you know, just from getting in-game events or whatever. All right, let's put him on that cool big tree. That was from some kind of in-game event. This big arbor wing or whatever it's called. Where'd it go? Yeah, this guy? I don't remember what it was all about, but that was like some kind of in-game thing. Maybe towards the end of Shadowlands. Pretty cool tree. I remember because everybody was freaking riding him around for a while. Alright, so I'm going to do it. I don't care that he's big and gigantic. I think it looks cool. Alright, what else did we learn? Yes, we gained our spec, of course. Everything else is fine. So, we're going to decide to be enhancement. So, yeah, elemental, it shows that's mace and shield. Intellect. We are going to dual wield. Oh, enhancement or dual wielders now. Oh, that's cool. Let's do it. So that's new. So nope. He doesn't dual wield yet. Got it. Alright, so we're going to look at Enhancement Shaman, and then we're going to log today, and we're going to come back to try to get rid of, to do the last 5 levels tomorrow, now that we can fly. I guess I should probably finish typing out the words, so I don't just look up the definition of enhancement. Alright, so they are called totemic. Stormbringer is a fall behind. It is not the best. So totemic is just what we're going to call it. Alright, so we need, of course, Chain Heal. So pick that up. That's just the AoE heal. We also gain Lava Lash. Okay. Storm Strike. Awesome. Alright, so let's look and see what we got. Chain Heal, yes. Ba ba ba, all that. Lava Lash. Charges your offhand weapon with lava. So what's the deal there? Do we need some kind of offhand weapon? Main, I see, that can only be done with the main hand. Do I not have an offhand weapon? Requires a one-handed offhand weapon. So we need an offhand to dual wield this bad boy. That's the problem. Oh, I can put that in the offhand. There we go. And put that in my man hand. That's 0.6 DPS. That's worse. There we go. That's how we will navigate this bad boy two-hand. Okay. Now I have it. And Charges your offhand and burns your target. If... Okay. And then Storm Strike energizes both your weapons. Deals a massive 176. Fire, blah, blah, blah. They're basically both infinite. I don't know which one I want more. I feel like I gotta kill one thing with this just to find out, and then we'll be done for today. I went 15 minutes over, so we ended up. Alright, so. I mean, significantly faster on the killing as we dual wield our way through. That's cool. So totally different. Instead of being focused on a single thing, I'm now a dual wielder with hammers. Cool. Pretty neato. All right, everybody. Thank you so much, as always, for watching, listening, and tuning in. I'll see you guys on the next episode of Lore of Warcraft tomorrow. This one's in the pipe. 5x5.